So guys, in today's video I'm going to break down my handstand journey so far, going from someone who had no idea how to hold himself upside down to someone who can hold a solid handstand for at least a decent amount of time, basically anywhere he goes. Well, most of you probably won't take the time to watch this video until the end, but for those of you who do, your chances of ever learning the handstand will increase dramatically, because after watching this video, learning the handstand won't seem like this impossible thing to do. If this young, inexperienced and naive guy with a terrible posture could do it, then surely you can do it too. So basically everything began back in 2018 when I saw my friend Elija performing handstands as if it would just be another boring thing to do. Seeing him holding the handstands got me thinking, if he can do it, then maybe I can do it too. So I give it a shot. Back then I didn't have anything like a structured plan in order to learn the handstands, like warm up, start slow, get your body used to the position, etc. Nothing like that. In fact, all I did was just kicking it in and crossing my fingers to hold it for a few seconds, which didn't always end up the way I wanted it to go. As you can see, this is really not the best way forward, so I highly recommend you to avoid going about the handstand this way. But that's really what I've done for the first few months. And due to my perfectly well-designed handstand plan, I only made progress very slowly. Even though my approach of learning the handstand wasn't the best, one thing I did bring along, which is actually super crucial in order to learn the handstand, was the consistency of practicing it. I almost practiced every single day. After around about 6 months of consistent practice, I've been finally able to get my first few solid holds, which, I'm not gonna lie, felt pretty amazing. I mean, just picture this. You're suddenly able to hold yourself in an upward down position after being on your feet basically your entire life. Now, I couldn't hold the handstand for more than a few seconds and my form was just terrible, but I just didn't give a shit. I just felt on top of the world finally being able to hold the handstand. But that was really the focus in 2019, just increasing the duration of my handstands and get more comfortable in that position, get my body used to this position. And once again, all I did to achieve that was just kicking it in and trying to hold it for longer and better, which once again isn't the best way forward. So entering 2020, I spent the winter bulking up and cutting off my hair. You should have seen my mom's reaction. Seriously, it was fucking hilarious. Soon enough, I've noticed that bulking and drastically increasing in weight didn't really contribute to my handstand training, did it? Yes, my wardrobe didn't have an easy time. So in 2020, I really learned that the handstand can be a little bitch sometimes. I mean, I thought I got it, but before I knew it, I just felt like kicking into my first handstand. I remember it vividly that I faced a period where I couldn't really hold a handstand for weeks and weeks on end, which was extremely frustrating considering the fact that I've been able to hold a solid handstand weeks prior to that. But fortunately or unfortunately, everything has an end, and so too this frustrating period. I decided to start a calisthenics coaching program in order to level up my calisthenics game, and I started to implement things like handstand push-up progressions, pike push-ups and wall walks in order to improve my shoulder strength. Also, I've started to explore the one-arm handstand and started to include leg movements into my handstand. So in that period, I really got a little bit more creative and I started to explore the handstand outside of just kicking it in and holding it up. And that, in combination with the cutting phase where it basically just dropped the fat I've gained in the bulk prior to that, did wonders to my handstand. I've started to feel way more confident and comfortable in a handstand than ever before. It just started to feel more natural to me and my posture improved and I could hold it for longer and longer. And ever since then, my focus was really just to improve in all these kinds of aspects. First, improving my posture, mobility and flexibility, mainly through opening up my shoulders for better overhead mobility, straightening my arms, as well as engaging my core and my legs. Second, improving the duration of my handstands. And third, improving the confidence in my handstand by adding elements such as leg movements or just little challenges such as straightening my head or closing my eyes while holding it. I wish I would have improved more since then, but I just haven't. It's funny because obviously in preparation for this video, I watched back my handstand footage, reflected on a journey and realized one thing. The time I've made the most progress in my handstand was really that time in 2020 when I did the calisthenics coaching program, when I started to add new exercises to my workouts, when I started to really get comfortable and challenging my limits when it came to my handstand game. And that is something I'm intending to do this year again, but not just for my handstand overall, but also to learn new skills such as the one-arm handstand, the press to handstand, or just handstand push-ups. I'm going to document that journey here on my channel, so if you guys want to see more content like that, then make sure to subscribe. If you haven't seen it already, check out my calisthenics transformation video, where you can see me going from a skinny, fat and insecure kid to a somewhat more confident and jacked version of himself just 2 years down the line. Thank you guys so much for taking your time to watch this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.